My name is Rebecca Aldworth, and I'm standing here on the ice floes in the Gulf of St. Lawrence with the Humane Society of the United States. We are here bearing witness to the first day of the commercial seal hunt in Canada. There are over 70 sealing boats operating out here, and the sealers are clubbing to death every seal they see. There is blood all across these ice floes that I stood on just days ago with these live seal pups.
It's spring in Canada, and the harp seals have just given birth. In just 2 weeks, these pups are weaned and will start shedding their white coats. But many of these marine mammals haven't yet taken their first swim, leaving them defenseless, unable to escape the hunters. A team from the Humane Society of the United States is heading for the Gulf of St. Lawrence, some 60 miles off the coast of Newfoundland. Rebecca Aldworth, a native of these parts, is returning to the seal hunt for the 7th consecutive year.
A lot of people ask how I can go back and look at it each and every year that I do. It's a horrific thing to look at. But I know that in going there and filming and observing and telling the world about what is happening out there on the ice floes, we can put an end to it.
The fight to save Canada's harp seals started in the 1960s. By the 80s, there was a prohibition against killing newborn pups, known as whitecoats. But in 1996, the Canadian government brought back the commercial hunt, paying generous subsidies to sealers. Since then, the hunt has targeted pups over 12 days old, when they start losing their white coats. In 2003, the Canadian government authorized a quota of almost 1 million seals over 3 years.
Boycott Canada! Boycott Canada!
In an effort to stop the hunt for good, a coalition of animal and environmental organizations is leading a boycott of Canada's $5 billion seafood industry.
Killing seals is an off-season activity for fishermen. They make 95% of their income from catching fish, less than 5% on seals. Yet they slaughter nearly 300,000 baby seals a year. It's a travesty, and consumers can stop it by not buying Canadian snow crab.
The message is simple, and it will be heard across the world. If you oppose Canada's merciless slaughter of baby seals, don't buy Canadian seafood products.
I wish that I could bring every Canadian with me to the ice floes to view this, but I can't. All I can do is bring back the images that we obtain every year.
We landed here on the ice floes over an hour and a half ago, and this seal pup was alive when we landed. She's been clubbed on the head and left to suffer in agony. She's suffocating in her own blood, and there is nothing we can do to help her. There are no Department of Fisheries and Oceans enforcement people up here on the ice floes. There is absolutely nobody checking up to see if these sealers are observing the regulations.
The gale force winds and freezing rain force the observers off the ice. 2 days later, they are able to return.
And we're standing here on the ice floes in the Gulf of St. Lawrence in a scene of total carnage. Carcasses here have been left abandoned on the ice floes, as they always are, left to rot because there's no markets for the meat. This is a hunt for baby seals for their skins, and they're sold in the fashion markets of Europe. It is absolutely disgusting to stand here and look at these baby seals that just days ago we stood here on these exact same ice floes with. Some of them were still nursing from their mothers. Now they lie here in open graves Some of their skulls don't even appear to have been shattered by the hack-a-picks that rained down on them, meaning that they were very likely skinned alive. In the background, we see the Canadian Coast Guard breaking the ice here to bring the sealers into areas where there are still live seals. The Canadian government says that the Coast Guard doesn't do this up here. They say that there is absolutely no subsidy from the Coast Guard to help these sealing boats. But every year that we come up here,